Hi everybody, I'm Susan Mulvihill. I'm out in my vegetable garden today, but for a change I'm not planting vegetables, I'm actually planting flowers, and specifically dahlias. You know, these flowers are so gorgeous, but I've resisted growing them for years, and that's because in our Zone 5B garden, those dahlia tubers do not make it through our cold winters. And usually by the end of a growing season, when you would dig them up, I just plain forget to do it. And then I've wasted my money other than the enjoyment that I got out of them that first year. Well, after seeing so many gorgeous photos over the past year of dahlia flowers, I thought I have got to grow them. And I figured out a way to resolve my forgetfulness about digging up those dahlia tubers, and that is to plant them in the vegetable garden. I mean, after all, at the end of the season, I'm tidying up all the beds, right? So it seems like this is a surefire way to remember to get those dahlia tubers out of the ground. Now, as you can guess, based on what I just said, I am not an expert on growing dahlias. And I think that's okay because it's important for us to learn some things together, right? I bought my dahlia tubers at Tallgrass Farms in Medical Lake, Washington. It's not too terribly far from Spokane. And the owners, Nikki and Scott Farrell, have been very helpful in letting me know how to get them off to a good start. So I'm going to share that information with you in this video. This is what a dahlia tuber looks like. Does this kind of remind you of how we were planting potatoes the other day? So this is an eye, just like on a potato, and you can see that there is a sprout coming up, which is awesome. This is AC Rosebud, so I'm very excited about this one. And when I plant these, I'm going to plant the tuber like this with the sprout pointing up. That's very important. So I ordered 5 dahlia tubers. I've made tags for each one so that I know which one is which. Here's another one that's called Cornell Bronze, and I was noticing it has a nice sprout coming up. So again, that's going to be planted just like that. Now, Nikki was explaining to me that most folks wait until after Mother's Day to plant their dahlia tubers. But she feels like that's a little bit late, that they really need to get some early growth before the heat of the summer arrives. And she says that they usually plant them about now. This is in late April, and feels that the soil will provide plenty of insulation for them before they emerge through the surface of the soil. Standard spacing for dahlias is 12 to 18 inches apart, and you plant them 6 inches deep. Nikki suggested that at planting time I add some slow-release fertilizer to the planting hole, and so I'm using Osmocote because that is a slow-release fertilizer that I've had good luck with before. Now, 6 inches goes to about here on my dibber, and so I can use that as a guide. I've also got a tape measure, but I'm not trying to get too caught up in the details here. Okay, I've got my hole dug here, and I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of the Osmocote, mix it into the soil within the planting hole. Now this Osmocote I'm using, just to clarify, is for flowers and vegetables, and it is 14-14-14, which means it's a balanced fertilizer. Now, Nikki was telling me about mid-season I'll want to give it more of a bloom booster fertilizer. That would be something where the middle number on the fertilizer package is the highest number. That way the plants will get more phosphorus, which promotes blooming. But for now I'm just using a balanced slow-release fertilizer. So again, I'm going to plant this tuber like so because I've got this lovely little sprout coming up. Put that in the bottom of the hole. I've got the plant tag nearby. And one other thing I wanted to mention is that while you have the hole still open and you can see your tuber, This is the time to put a stake in because these plants will need a little bit of upright support later. If you do this after you cover your planting hole, you run the risk of skewering your poor little tuber. So I've got a wooden stake here, and I've got it in a safe spot. I'll just pound it in here until it feels nice and sturdy. That's pretty good. Now I can safely cover up the little tuber. Good luck, little guy. And the other thing I want to do is put the plant name on the tag handy so I remember which ones are which. Now we are supposed to get a lovely day of rain tomorrow, which is great timing for having these new tubers in the ground. Now while we let the tubers grow, I thought you might enjoy a slideshow of some of the beautiful dahlias that I have seen. I am so excited about growing dahlias this year, and I love the idea of having them in the middle of my vegetable garden. In addition to the color that they're going to bring to this garden, they will also draw in the pollinators, so it's a win-win situation all around. Thanks so much for watching today, everybody. I'll see you next week.